Hey everybody, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the second Dark Tower novel, 1987's The Drawing of the Three. We'll be showing you what to look for when trying to identify first US and first UK editions of the book, as well as providing some historical context and thoughts on the novel itself. The first US edition of The Drawing of the Three was released by Grant. It was illustrated by Phil Hale and has this distinctive jacket artwork, and it was released in a print run of 30,000 copies, which by small press standards is a very large print run, but considering that the Tommyknockers also came out around the same time and had a print run of 1 million copies, 30,000 makes it more rare, more valuable, and more desirable, not to mention the fame and notoriety of the Dark Tower series itself makes all of the books more valuable than they might otherwise be. So inside the jacket, look for trade edition, $35, deluxe edition, $100, which we will show in a different video. This is the trade edition, $35, and on the copyright page, see right there very clearly it says first edition. With these it's actually pretty easy to tell because there was a second edition, but it features completely different artwork, completely different design. So this, if you got this, it's the first edition. Underneath the jacket, black boards all around, gold printing on the spine. It's a pretty good looking book. And one of the things that I can't probably convey adequately in a video, I don't know if you can see it, but the paper that was used in this is heavier than your average trade edition. It's textured. It's really interesting, and it gives the entire book a more deluxe feel. And the artwork by Phil Hale is tipped in throughout. The redesigned version, the second edition, has more abstract artwork, I guess, and I'm not as much of a fan. Here is another example of Phil Hale's artwork. The first edition with the Hale artwork is definitive, in my opinion. Anyway, end papers. It's a really cool looking book. Really well designed, well put together, especially for a trade hardcover edition. And now I'm going to turn it over to Noah to show the UK edition.
Okay, and then 2 years after the Donald Grant edition, the book was published in the UK for the first time as a trade paperback original by Sphere, who had done the Gunslinger also as a trade paperback. So this is the first UK edition of the book. Sorry about the glare. It's a trade paperback, as I said. This was published in 1989, and the copyright page will not have any indication of printing. It will just say first published by Sphere Books Limited in 1989 on the copyright page, and that means it's a first printing. The book does reproduce the full color interior illustrations from the Donald Grant edition. So you're getting the full package here in a paperback that you would have gotten had you purchased the US hardcover or signed limited. And that's that. It's a kind of a short video, but that's the Drawing of the Three, first UK. Oh, there's a better view without the glare.
Thanks to Noah for showing yet another amazing first edition copy. Shout out as well to SK Collector, who sells these slipcases for a decent price. I will put the link to that website in the description for the video. But book fits in really nice, keeps it protected. So I actually don't have a ton of historical context for the Drawing of the Three. It was released in a very prolific and busy period of time for Stephen King. It, Misery, Tommyknockers, Drawing of the Three, all were released within just a couple of years, and it's amazing how much he was able to produce during this time period, especially with his addiction issues that were about to get the best of him. But I talked about it in my video for The Gunslinger, and how I read The Gunslinger in college and it didn't really click with me. Even the revised edition I found kind of dry, kind of obscure. I'm not necessarily a fan of the things that inspired Stephen King to write it in the first place, and I just about gave up on the series. But sometime later, I picked up a paperback of The Drawing of the Three, and I dug into it, and it was amazing. Like, right out of the gate, the book it's like a completely different experience. And for that reason, The Drawing of the Three is my favorite book in the Dark Tower series. It's funny. It's funnier than you would expect. It's funnier than it has probably any right to be. It's suspenseful. And, you know, honestly, I know that there's a mythology around the Dark Tower. I know that it is mainly set in its own world where the action takes place. But I think I found The Drawing of the Three so engaging because of how much of it takes place in the United States at various periods of time. Roland goes through doors and he finds and rescues members of his little group, his band, his quartet. And Roland, fish out of water style, interacting with American society that was recognizable to me, either through books or through movies, or, you know, through the recent past that I had actually lived through, was very, very entertaining and really got the series going with a bang. I wouldn't say that it's actually the best written of the entire series. I would reserve that honor for Book 4, Wizard and Glass, but it is probably the most entertaining of the series, and it remains my favorite of the series. It's not the best, but it's my favorite, and definitely top 10 overall Stephen King for me. And Wizard and Glass is up there in that upper echelon as well. But there's just no escaping the emotional connection I feel to Drawing of the Three. Anyway, if you're new to the series, if you haven't read it before, I'll tell you what I've told many, many other people. Start with The Gunslinger. Of course, it sets the scene. But if you find it dry, if it doesn't really pull you in, or you don't find it engaging, stick with it, because it picks up in Drawing of the Three. Anyway, thanks as always to Noah for helping to make these videos possible. Be sure and check out the Rare and Remarkable playlist, because we'll have a video there where Noah shows the signed limited edition of The Drawing of the Three, which is really interesting and definitely worth checking out. And thank you, as always, to you, the viewers, for watching and for your support, for subscribing to the channel, for your comments. I love hearing what you have to say and responding to it. SK Collecting is not done in a vacuum. It really is a community, and I am very grateful to be a part of that community and to get to share a bit of my obsession with you, a receptive audience. So I'm coming to you right now on a Sunday early afternoon from Middle America, or as I like to call it, Midworld America. And wherever you are right now, whenever you are, I wish you to have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.